Hey everybody, Old Man GravyTrain here, about to give you the first of many team spotlights. So this team is pretty much one of the strongest, most dirty teams I've ever seen. It consists of Indigo Zen, and it helps if I don't go off screen. Indigo, Zen, Valkyn, and the last slot is one of 3 heroes, either Craw, Jin, or Therand. So it's a total of 6 heroes possible for the team, and the goal is to use Zen, which everybody's talking about right now, to use Zen to accelerate Valkyn to haste and fast, and he gets 3 attacks and pretty much wiping the enemy team. So I'm going to show you some runes and some ideas first, and we'll go into here. So there's 2 critical pieces and then some important pieces. So Valkyn, first of all, you probably want to have an unbreakable heart. I mean, that's pretty much a given on Valkyn. Then I have 2 festive runes. He needs a minimum of 2. If you can swing 3, swing 3, but you really only need 2. If you have a blue festive, it probably wouldn't hurt to put it on here instead of the hero rune or something like that. But it's probably a good idea to go ahead and keep the yellow on him for the guardian rune, just for survivability. So once again, festive, unbreakable heart, guardian rune. If you've got another blue festive or a blue festive, go for it. If not, don't worry about it. This will do just fine with 2. The next hero, I'm going to go over the primary heroes first, and then we'll do the secondary. So the next hero here in the list is Zen. So I'm going to go ahead and do a spotlight on Zen. Probably, maybe even tonight, but probably tomorrow. We'll see. But I'll give a quick overview. I mean, the basis behind Zen, these things really don't matter. The important thing is his first attack, which is Safe Haven. Removes all debuffs from an ally and gives them invincibility for 1 turn. That can be circumvented, but it's pretty strong. And Enlightenment heals an ally for 57-45 health, gives them haste, and increases their speed for a turn. Now, out of the gate, this costs 6 turns of energy. So if you were just doing this normally, it would be what, 5? Even if you had 3 energy runes on him, you're talking about the 3rd turn before you could even use it. So the goal is to get him to be able to do this round 1. The way you do this, so not everybody has every single festive rune on the planet to throw at Zen. I know I don't have any blue festives. So the idea being, if you threw 5 festives on him, then you would be able to do that first ability first turn. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 festives, and an unbreakable heart. So this is a little bit disappointing, but because Dungeon Boss likes to separate the haves from the have-nots need to find a way to overcome. And that's where the team comes in. So we have 4 festives here, and right now, if you're watching this video, like right now, I mean, yellows and reds are in the event shop. So you should be able to get 2 yellows and 2 reds if you bust your butt. If you haven't already busted your butt to get these, because I certainly did, right now I'm actually in first place in the event. But I've definitely put in the time, but it's only 250,000 tokens to get, or 250,000 event tickets. Sounds like a lot, but it's really not. To get 2 elites and 2 superiors, 1 red, or 2 red, 2 yellow festive runes. Very, very worthwhile investment. So anyhow, I've only got 4 and an Unbreakable Heart. The solution to all of our problems is this tune that's been sitting on your bench collecting dust for a long time. So, Indigo, and I'm going to do a spotlight on her too, but we're going to focus on her abilities. Everything bases around this one passive. Every time Indigo gets a crit, the entire team gets 1 energy. Every time she gets a crit. So, if you think about that, and she dazes on basic attack, she's fast, whatever. Every time she crits, she has a chance, or she gives the entire party, herself, everybody that's alive, gets 1 energy. So you max out her crit at 50%. And her first ability, you want to give her enough defense to survive. So in terms of runes, I gave her an Unbreakable Heart, a Bulwark. She's got a Hero rune for some damage reduction, Guardian rune, and a Tactics rune, because this is going to boost her crit chance, going to give her a little bit more damage reduction, a little bit of skill, and attack. So all in all, once again, her stats, she's not meant to do tons of damage, although she actually surprisingly does decent. But you need to get as much defense on her as you can, some health, and absolutely cap her crit. This should be 50% straight up. Now she'll get most of it from skill, just by default, but get the cap on crit. So, the important abilities, really, the first one is the only important one, but I'm going to work backwards. She's got Sloth Shot, which this is a really nice ability. Ranged physical shot for basically negligible damage, but it will slow the target, meaning you're going to take the target down from fast or normal to slow. They're going to be a slow hero. You can't do that to like Valkyn or a Construct or Emily, but anybody else that's not immune to debuffs, you're going to make them slow. So they're going to act last. Chilling Barrage, this is nice because it hits all enemies. But these are just kind of the icing on the cake. This is the really nice starting power. 3 ranged physical attacks for 983 base damage with a 20% chance for an extra attack. So, and then each shot has a 50% chance to silence. So you get a 50% crit chance, a 50% silence chance. Silence is incidental because half the time you're running Jin. Regardless, you've got 3 attacks. Now, those of you who have been blessed with the ability to do basic math know that 3 times 50% is 150%. So while each one is not guaranteed to be absolutely a crit, you are very, very often going to crit. You have to be conscious that you're not attacking green heroes because you're going to be elementally disadvantaged against green heroes. So you want to try to, wherever possible, attack either other blue heroes. Ideally, you attack red heroes because you're elementally advantaged against red heroes. But otherwise, you are going to pretty much just try to attack anybody but green. Now, you've got basically a 150% chance to crit. Now, you won't always crit. That doesn't mean it's actually greater than 100. That means that you have 3 attacks. Each one has a 50% chance. Chances are you're going to crit. Are you going to crit every single time? No. But this means that if you crit once, your entire team gets 1 energy. If you crit twice, your entire team gets 2 energy. If you crit 3 times, your entire team gets 3 energy. And if you have an extra attack with a 20% chance, you might get 4 attacks that crit. And everybody gets 4 energy. So you get the idea. The whole point is that the energy deficit that is missing with Zen and with Valkyn is compensated for by using Indigo. So then the other heroes, I mean, there's already a hero spotlight on Jin, so I'm not going to go over Jin really. I mean, Jin is just ruined, mine is ruined more aggressively. Yours should be ruined more for survival. I've actually even got a taunt rune on mine and a guardian rune, but unless you have a 6-star or 5-star Jin, I wouldn't do this. But just rune yours for survival. The other hero that we will use is Craw. And your Craw, once again, mine is 6-star, so mine is actually aggressive and everything like that. I've got 3 festives on my Craw, an unbreakable heart, and a healer rune. None of this is required. Technically, if you're doing things right, the only time you're going to need to use Craw is when you're going up against a team that has Jin, because Craw will stop Jin's silence. Technically, at that point, if he dies round 1, it's not ideal because you're losing his damage, but he has served his purpose. So a 1-star Jin technically is viable for this. I would honestly, you want to push your Jin. Jin is an S hero, so you probably want to go that route. But for now, if you only have a 1-star Jin or a 1-star Craw, you've only got a 1-star Craw. So this hero is only going to need to be used when you're going against another team that has Jin, because it'll counteract the silence. You will also be using Jin if you're going up against a team that does not have Jin and that is really heavy on damage dealing characters and or like Emily. So if you're going up against Valkyn, Therand, Emily, and Therand, for example, you probably want to take Jin. Depending on where his Therand is in the roster. So I mean, there's going to be a lot of, you're going to need to make some very strategic decisions as you're going into these battles to understand why you've got a hero in a given place. Finally, the other hero that you would potentially use, and this is pretty much if you're not going against Jin and you're not going against, I mean, you can really use anywhere that you would use Jin, you could probably use Therand. It's kind of a judgment call at that point. So Therand, you want to rune heavy for attack. So I've got a caster rune and an unbreakable heart because blue runes suck. I've got a hero rune for attack, defense, damage pen. I've got a warrior rune for chance for extra attack, and a warrior rune for attack, chance for extra attack. Because he's going to be doing lots and lots of follow-up attacks, I want him to have as much as possible. So that's the runes for the team. So now let's actually go in and see the team in action. So let's see what we got here. So this team, there is absolutely nothing to be afraid of. It's not overly strong. It is not like there's no Jin, anything like that. We go ahead and take Therand. So my lineup for this is going to be Indigo, Zen, Valkyn, Therand. And this is probably overkill for this team, but it's fun. So, and it'll be a good learning experience for this team. Or a nice easy battle here. Assuming my Zen doesn't die. Alright. So first attack is my Indigo. I need to use Rapid Fire. And I do not have any green heroes here. Well, I do have a green hero, so the last hero that I want to attack is going to be Hensuke. Generally, I don't want to attack a hero that's going to dodge. So, in this particular case, I'm probably going to attack Zom. And I got 2 crits there. Zen ran away. God damn it. Okay, well, so the entire point of this team is to have Zen. So we'll go ahead and just fight this battle. I am going to take out Zom first. Epic proc. Or no, that's not even an epic proc. Alright, well, we'll do this battle here real quick. Like I said, this team is not stiff competition. Battle haste. Can't believe my Zen ran away first round. Okay. So let's move on to the next round here. Let's pretend this one didn't happen. We won't talk about it. Shh. Okay. So, okay, this is one of those teams. So at this point, I have to decide. Why does this guy not have all his heroes leveled up? So they're probably not uber powerful because whoever this is didn't even bother leveling their heroes up all the way, other than one of them. They're 5250, so he's probably kind of thrown runes together. His heroes are out of order. His Dagran should be first. His Emily should be like in third or second or third. His Therand should be last. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and take Therand because I think I can just wipe this team out quickly. I don't consider this team much of a threat, so I'm going to go ahead and take Therand. If there were a stronger team, somebody that I knew had good runes, something along those lines, I would have taken Jin instead for that silence. But I'm pretty confident that I can wipe the floor with this guy. So I did get a crit. So now this ability, which wouldn't have been there before, is up. So I can cast Enlightenment on Valkyn. So now, Steel sharpens steel. And that guy's dead. So now I'm going to target Emily. She's got it. Everybody has a Aegis shield, but obviously she dies. I'm going to go ahead and finish her off, and then by using this ability here, I'm going to set up next round to have haste right away. And it kills Emily, which pretty much seals this team's fate. So Therand is up. And Therand has haste. So we're going to use ability 1. Killed Valkyn. And apparently That's it. Well, we're going to go ahead and make him slow, so you can see he's got the tortoise buff. We're going to go ahead and generate some energy. And we're going to do it again. So, I've had battles where literally 3 or 4 rounds in a row, Valkyn gets 3 actions. And that's what this team is about. Is generating the energy, and the thing is, with you'll run against people that actually have 5 runes on Zen, and they'll run Zen, Valkyn, Therand, and Jin or Craw, but they can't do they can't do Zen's special ability 2, 3, 4 times in a row. Now, they may not need to because they've got more firepower, but they don't have the staying power that this team does. So something to keep in mind. So we'll do 1 or 2 more battles here, and then we'll wrap the video up. Yeah, this team should be cake. I'm not going to change out. I'd like to get to one where they actually have a Jin so I can show you using Craw. Okay, so just in case, I'm just going to attack Leo anyways. Got the crits, so that gets the ball rolling. He dies. Not really worried about these guys. I'm going to target Grognog. Just so that he takes the majority of that damage. Finish Grognog off, and now Therand can focus on killing Hensuke. Easy peasy. So hopefully there's a Jin here. We'll give it 1, maybe 2 more tries. Otherwise... Alright, there's no Jin here, but this is well... It would be a strong team if their runes didn't suck. So we'll kill them real quick and move forward. Minister of Love. Apparently they're a lover, not a fighter. Lame. So, okay. So now, once again, Indigo. I've got a green target, a blue target, a yellow target, and a red target. If you're thinking I should target the green target, you're wrong. You should pay attention. No, you should target the red target. If you were thinking the red target, you were correct. Elemental advantage and no crits. Despite elemental advantage. So, okay, here's an example of what you're going to want to do then. So, I'm going to want to keep Therand alive. So I'm going to use the first ability to make Therand invincible. He can still be CC'd, whatever. I'm not going to use Valkyn's first ability. Go ahead and beat up a bit on Emily. Oh, jeez. I'm still going to win this, but that's kind of obnoxious. And if I don't win this, oh my god. That will be embarrassing. I'm going to have to hang my head in shame, guys. Oh. Sometimes you're a noob. And apparently this was one of those times. Moment of silence for my ego getting crushed. Okay. Let's see if we can find a Jin. I'm going to try a refresh. No Jin. Holy, that's a pretty strong defense too. Do a refresh, try to find a Jin. No Jin. No Jin. I almost never refresh. I don't know what that is. Alright, here we go. So, this is a strong defense, 57-49. I'm not confident I can absolutely beat this, but we're going to try. So, you got Jin. You've got Hagram that's going to go first. They've got Dagran to break the silence. I'm not even going to try to silence these guys. And you've got Valkyn and Jin. So, the counter to this is, is going to be Craw to counter the Jin. So the only thing I'm really worried about is his Hagram taking out one of these two people. If he does, the battle's over. I give it probably a 1 in 3 chance that he takes out one of these two. If he doesn't, I have a really good chance of winning. So we're going to give it a try. And he didn't. Okay. So this is a bug right now. So Craw, if you're not familiar with Craw, and I'll be doing a video on Craw, Craw has, all of his allies start the dungeon with insight. Yeah, insight. Yeah, insight. So what that means is that the first debuff comes along that they try to apply to these heroes, every hero on the team is going to get blocked by insight. So what that means is that Jin's silence is applied after insight is applied. Buffs, then debuffs. So the silence eats the insight, which means nobody's actually silenced right now. It looks like they are, and this is a bug. So Jin's silence would normally have blocked all these people. But you can see these are darkened out, this one's lit up. I can actually select this ability. So the fact that they're silenced here is a bug. So now I can only target Dagran. So I gotta hope for a crit. Looks like I got a crit. And now we go right into the process. So we're going to do Steel Sharpens Steel. We're going to do To War. And that 3-star Jin gets a little bit stronger. And we're going to do Tooth and Nail and take out his Valkyn, or his Dagran. So now we get to a couple of important points, and I haven't done a video on Craw yet. He's going to be one of the very next ones that I do. I'll probably do these 3 heroes next. So he is currently hasted. So I am going to go ahead. Well, okay, so it seems I've seen some problems where if you use this ability, sometimes it skips the haste. It's a bug, but I'm going to try it anyways because this is going to heal all the allies. It's a good heal, and it's going to give an attack buff, a big attack buff. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Okay, and he's still got his ability. And, oh, these guys, everybody's got wounded, or, yeah, they've all got the ability that stops them from healing. Well, they still get the attack buff. So you can see right here, they are buffed up. So we've got two options. Both of them are good. So his second ability is a very, very high damage single target attack. And then you've got a high damage AE attack, which is basically individual attacks on everybody. In this particular scenario, I would like to be able to kill off Jin and Hagram both. Maybe get lucky here, but he's got an Aegis. Well, that matter of fact, two of them have an Aegis shield. Matter of fact, all three of them have an Aegis shield. So what I'm effectively going to do is I'm going to burst the Aegis shield, but still worthwhile. Now that ability reapplies insight to the whole team. Now, so all of them except for Valkyn would have gotten frozen. They don't get frozen no more. So what I want to do is probably, now I can't sloth shot Valkyn. I mean, I can do it for the damage, but I can't slow him down. So Jin is already slow, so I probably want to hit Hagram with a sloth shot. And you can see now he is slow. And then my second ability, I'm going to go ahead and target Jin. Drop a bunch of damage on Jin. Generate a couple of crits. Start the whole process over again. So last round, I'm hasted. This round, I'm starting off. I'm hasted from Enlightenment, and I'm going to start off with To War, which is going to give me haste, the whole party haste. And Jin is down. And now I can target Valkyn with Tooth and Nail, because he's frozen and he's slow on top of everything else. So there's no reason to disturb him at all. We're going to kill Valkyn. So here, I'm hasted, so I'm going to go ahead and do Group Meditation, which recovers a bit of health for all allies. It makes them immune to silence and cleanses any existing silence. And apparently that didn't do very much, and I don't know why he didn't get an extra attack. So, same thing, he should be hasted. Going to go ahead and, oh, that stupid ability. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and apply Insight again. I could do, if he had more hit points, I would probably do Immortal Life. This uses the whole Soul Ledger mechanic. His Soul Ledger's empty right now anyways. Dark Designs should be able to do enough damage to both of them to kill him, but at the very least it'll kill Valkyn. Except Valkyn has Unbreakable Heart. So he's still slow. I'm going to go ahead and do 3 attacks. And then I'm going to go ahead and follow up with the Chilling Breeze, or, you know, this does good damage. I'm going to go ahead and do this. So he's at the threshold. And 3 rounds in a row. I'm going to Enlighten Valkyn. I've got To War is ready to go, and both of these heroes should die. So that was a best case scenario. You guys saw that was a very, very tough team. 3 rounds. 3 rounds of Valkyn getting 3 attacks around. Doesn't get much better than that, guys. So let me know what you think. I'm going to call this video here. I hope you like it. If you have questions, I will be streaming again soon, and I will be putting videos out on Zen, Indigo, and Craw. Those 3 will be my next 3 videos. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, definitely, I appreciate any thumbs up. I'm trying to build the channel up so that I can at least get a few of the perks and features that YouTube unlocks after 100 subscribers. So I would very much appreciate that, and telling your friends. And if you have not already subscribed, I would very much appreciate a subscription right now. After 100, I'm not as pressed, but once I get 100 users, I can have a custom URL so it's easier to find me and things like that. So once again, thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching the videos, and until next time, have a great day.